The essence of your lives can never be accurately or fully defined by what you haven't done yet at this moment, by what you haven't quite achieved, or by that long-awaited distant goal that simply hasn't reached you throughout the long journey you have taken so far. The universe. It's immense. Immense. When we consider the fact that it is fundamentally impossible to quantify or assign a specific value to it, it simply can't be done. Furthermore, it remains completely beyond our current capabilities to measure the vastness of the universe in any meaningful or definitive way. That's why it's huge. What does this mean? What this really means is that even though you currently live in a three-dimensional world, for many people, still, in so many different aspects, this entire world you live in is still very much three-dimensional. It is simply impossible for you to have everything that exists in the universe. You absolutely can't have everything that exists in this world. If you take these principles and actively apply what we're saying to your own reality and to your everyday daily life, it truly means that if you constantly place a much higher level of importance and focus on what you don't currently have than on what you already do have, you will find that you'll always be stuck in a perpetual and exhausting state of deep inner frustration and dissatisfaction. The way you feel inside will always be deeply frustrated and overwhelmed because you are always going to have less than what exists in the universe. So where is prosperity then? Isn't it having everything? And from there comes another question. What does it mean to have everything? Have everything for whom? Have everything for when? Have everything from what perspective? From what angle? What is everything? Everything's just as relative as anything else. Anything in the universe. Absolutely everything is relative, just like the passage of time, just like health, just like a meaningful and lasting friendship, just like a meaningful and lasting relationship. It's relative. It's relative to your world. So what you consider to be your absolute everything can't be the exact same thing for another person, just as what you perceive as nothing is fundamentally relative to your own unique perspective. Nothing in relation to what? At what point in time? To which need? Your nothing is different from the needs of the person next to you. And it'll be different from the reality of all the other nothings that exist. So you have to understand that your world is entirely and completely relative to you. So there's no point in wanting the opportunity, the money, or the chance to have a boat if you don't even actually like going out to sea. Oh, but I would really love to have more money, because if there was ever something I truly wanted to do, the universe isn't here to provide you with financial wealth. It's here to give you every single thing you could possibly need to have meaningful experiences. And that, in fact, is your primary objective in this life, to experience as many things as possible. While money can certainly serve as the bridge to many of these things, you must realize it is by no means the only possible way for something to come to you. And second, money by itself isn't an experience at all. You might say, but what about winning the lottery? Winning the lottery is an experience. But it's the act of winning that's the experience, not the money itself. You can win and win 1,000,000. But you can win and win 10 million. You can win and win 500,000. And there's absolutely no difference in the actual act of winning, except for the specific meaning you give it. So true financial prosperity isn't just about simply possessing a lot of things. a certain amount of money, X. True prosperity is about having the financial resources you need to have the meaningful experiences you want. What do you want today? What do you want to create and build in your life? The things you want to do? The things you want to have? What is it that you want? This is because that's where the vortexes actually begin to form. It's from the deep-seated desire to have a certain experience. Money alone simply can't bring you the deep sense of fulfillment that comes from those goals. Only the achievement of the goals themselves can truly give you that lasting fulfillment. It is just like how a silver fork can't satisfy your physical hunger. It's only the actual food on the fork and the nourishing experience you have with that food that truly matters. That's what will satisfy you. So understand that prosperity is right there. It is exactly at this specific vibrational frequency point where you will find absolutely everything that you truly need within your daily life to finally manifest the exact kind of fulfilling experience you have always wanted. But when you constantly focus all of your mental attention on the simple fact that you do not make nearly as much money as you would like, that you still do not have the specific car you want, and that you still have not yet traveled to all the beautiful places you truly want to go, if you constantly direct your entire attention and channel every bit of your mental focus on the things and opportunities that you currently lack, you will inevitably stop truly living and appreciating the experiences that are unfolding right before your eyes at this very moment in your life. Because at every moment, you're experiencing wonderful things. In every moment of your life, you're living through things that are guiding you toward a much greater clarity about yourself, so that you can truly heal your deepest wounds, so that you can love things instead of hating them, so that you can look back at your life and see exactly how far you've already come, just how much you've already transformed your life. That's what experiences are for, so that you can understand yourself more and more each time. It's not just so you can say, look, here's my personal bank account balance and look at all of the money exactly what I have saved up in. Or, look, this is my car, it's brand new, I just bought it. That's not what the various experiences on this planet are actually intended for. They're meant for you to look at yourself, so you can clearly identify what you should continue to nurture and what you need to transform entirely. This is because your ultimate goal, even if you haven't realized it yet, some of you already have, but others among you still haven't quite yet. Your only goal is to be happy. And to be happy, all you need is yourself. Nothing else. Because your true happiness is found deep within your beliefs, within your mind, within your subconscious, within your heart, and within your inner wisdom. It is always within yourself that you will find the lasting bridges to happiness. They're not in the things you create in the external world. The things in the external world are consequences of what you're creating in your inner world. And the more you consistently create happiness in your inner world, the more you seek the radiant light in other people, the light in the various situations you experience, and the light in the things you own. The more you anchor that divine light in your consciousness and make it shine in your life in a steady, peaceful, and harmonious way. So if you look at the simple things you already have, if you live each experience as something deeply important, even if they're the most ordinary ones in your life, you're going to be completely changing the fundamental structure of your entire personal journey. Because you'll stop getting frustrated over that so-called everything. But I don't have everything. I want to have everything. What does that even mean? There's no word more abstract than everything. You can have everything you want. But this everything you talk about, you don't even know what it is. And yet, you express these thoughts in such an incredibly abstract way out there to the universe. And the universe doesn't give you abstract things. It provides you with extremely specific and detailed information. The more precise your initial input happens to be, the more specific the universe will be. And that's why, once again, we're going to remind you, be truly grateful for what you already have. This mindset has unimaginable power. The more grateful you are for everything, for absolutely anything, for the smallest thing and the biggest thing you have right now, for the silver fork that's on your table, for the large mirror in your bathroom, for the soft towel that dries you off after your shower. Be grateful for everything, for every single thing you already have. If you are truly and deeply thankful, you unlock prosperity in your life. Because you start communicating with the universe in a different language, a language that has more light, a much more specific language. It is a universal language that the universe can understand, and it can communicate profound messages to you in a specific manner that you can also understand. So everything. Set that word aside for a moment and focus on the daily gratitude of being exactly the person who you are. And in this way, your consciousness expands and anchors even more light. Consequently, and you will eventually become a much more successful and flourishing individual in this physical and spiritual realm of existence.